Brihadaranyaka Upanishad in the Yajurved declares, Aham Brahmasmi, I am the Absolute. I am Brahman, I am the ultimate truth. Now, this is very important to understand. What the Upanishads keep saying is that the distance between you and the divine is not much. It is human illusion to think that the divine is in one place and we are in another place. No, the position of the Upanishads, the position of the Vedas is that God exists within creation, within each cell, within each moment, within each portion of your consciousness. The divine exists. And the Upanishads have had great guts to declare this truth. The divine is with you. The possibility of understanding this is also with you, but it depends on you. If you deny the possibility, then everything is mundane, everything is ordinary, everything is material. And if you accept the possibility, Aham Brahmasmi, the divine exists within you, you are the divine, then you immediately talk about the timeless, the immortal, the ageless. So, the Upanishads are a very fundamental revolution in the realm of the mystical, in the realm of the spiritual, and that is the beauty of the Vedas. That the treasure of love, the treasure of joy, the treasure of whatever is important and crucial in life is with you. The key to the door of the real treasury is always with you, and in that way you are a king. But you are a king who's forgotten that you are a king. You think you're a beggar. Yes, this statement has found echoes throughout the world. The Sufi Mansoor is said to have said, Anal Haq, for that he was persecuted. But in India, the situation always was that the highest mystics were respected for having the insight, the capacity to see that enlightenment, the sacred, the ultimate is with you. And therefore they declared it without the risk of persecution, without the risk of being branded madmen. In fact, it is the most brave statement in the history of humankind. Otherwise, we human beings are very divided. We believe in the sacred and the mundane as being two different things. We believe we are very far away from the divine. We don't understand that our energy and the divine energy is really one and the same. And why don't we understand it? Because our personalities have become the barrier. Our sense of ego is the boundary. Our sense of separateness is the whole problem, and through that we commit spiritual suicide. Spiritual suicide means non-recognition of the overflowing truth of fulfillment, ecstasy, joy, rejoicing within you. And enlightenment implies that you go deeper and deeper into your own divinity, and through going deeper into your own divinity, you find divinity. Through going into your own energy, you find divine energy. Through going into a friendly relationship with universal energy, you understand its purity, its simplicity, and find that its undercurrent functions within you as powerfully as it does in every other phenomenon in the cosmos. The same power which is making billions of stars going around galactic centers and billions of such galaxies, the same power is within you, albeit in miniature, albeit in a very different form. And when you think like this, you feel nourished at the roots of your being. You feel like you are protected by the aura of the divine. So you see all great human qualities, the quality of courage, the quality of being moral in a true sense, the quality of being compassionate, all things flow from this sense of innate divinity, from this sense that you are connected in a very intuitive way to the most powerful, to the most high, to the most profound in intelligence. And that way you become yourself more intelligent. That way yourself, you transform your being. You move towards courage. You come into a heart to heart relationship with the higher. And that heart to heart relationship with the higher is what meditation is. So, Aham Brahmasmi is a key to meditation. It is a key into moving into something which allows you a deeper connection with what you might call ultimate reality, God, existence, greatness, vastness, and so on. Hence, it is exceedingly important for us to understand that the approach of the Vedas is not dual. Does not talk about a sinner and a saint, good and evil as such. You see, most religious texts in the world have very definite lines between good and evil, sacred and mundane, and so on. But the Vedic view is that we are all part of this extraordinary existence within which there is ultimately no saint, there is ultimately no sinner. There is ultimately nothing that is greater than the other. The smallest blade of grass can also contain the power of the tallest oak tree in its own way, in its own manifestation. There is no big or small in that way. At a very fundamental level, things share a commonality. And with the progression of atomic science and thereafter quantum science, quantum physics, this is looking more and more true, that at the smallest, at the most basic level, all things are the same. That is the whole science of fractals. The smallest contains the essence of the largest. And that is what the truth vibrated within the Rishi's heart. He felt this truth about being able to disconnect from his sense of personality, from his sense of name, position, power in the world, and identify himself with the very highest. And through this identification with the very highest, we ourselves grow organically in every way. We ourselves move towards extraordinariness. From the ordinary, you start becoming extraordinary. Now, there's nothing wrong in being ordinary, but it's not ordinary in that sense. In a spiritual sense, we are all extraordinary. We are each incomparable. We are each immeasurable. We are each utterly different, yet we share a common consciousness. We share a part of the same intelligence which imbues all things within the universe. This very movement of your consciousness into this understanding radically transforms your ability to look and function at the world, within the world. So the way you look at the world changes. You're able to do it more meditatively, more lovingly, and your work you're able to accomplish in a more playful spirit, as if you're just taking part in this great Leela, this great game which is going on, this wondrous universe that is manifested for you. Yes, you are an intrinsic part of it. You are needed. You are wanted by it. You are truly able to regenerate your inner glow with this understanding. You are able to come into a sense of inner comfort, inner rest by understanding that you are to go beyond all fears and anxieties simply because you are part of the highest. Nothing can ultimately defeat you. The journey itself in this life is something very special, is something which the divine has allowed you to manifest itself through, and which you have to really walk with a confident stride. And what brings true confidence? Confidence is brought about in an ultimate manner when you identify not only with your biological energy, not only with your mental and emotional energy, but with your spiritual energy. And spiritual energy is always vast, it is always infinite. So, Aham Brahmasmi means your spiritual energy is infinite because you're part of that highest reality. That is the essence of yoga itself. That is the essence of feeling rejuvenated, fresh in your being. That is the meaning of feeling dynamic within your being. Then, not only the periphery of your mind body complex, but your inner core of the mystical, your inner core of the spiritual truly gathers a new energy. And you feel that nothing is pointless. Everything that you're doing has some meaning. So, a purpose driven life has to have at its base this identification with the higher. When it does so, it starts melting all its boundaries. You start becoming unlimited in being. And when you find this limitlessness within you, you feel nothing can stop you. You feel like authentic and higher truth is within you. Therefore, nothing can destroy you, nothing can narrow you. And you don't even need to listen to learned people. Within you, there is a space of infinite bliss, infinite cheerfulness. Cultivate that. That is the beginning of enlightenment. That is the beginning of wisdom. Break through the illusion that you are not a dimension of the divine. Understand that you are very much a dimension of the divine. And when you understand this, the innermost part of your being starts becoming truly strengthened, truly strong, truly sensitive, truly compassionate, and you find that a higher intelligence has taken birth within you, has rather been always there. It's just that the chrysalis, the movement from the caterpillar to the butterfly, it's given you spiritual wings, and you find that you're able to do things spontaneously in a feeling of with a feeling of great happiness, with a feeling that you are part of this divine play. Then whatever you do becomes a prayer, becomes spontaneous, becomes intuitively powerful, and takes you towards much higher realization and fulfillment in life.